I'm breaking in this brand new lawnmower engine the right way. And then I'm sending out the oil to see what's actually inside it. Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB. This is a brand new mower with a Briggs & Stratton 163cc engine. And for any engine, the first hour is the most important time of its life. Here's exactly how to break it in properly. First, I'm gonna start it up. And I'm gonna let it run for 30 minutes. In my experience, that will be plenty of time to run this mower and break in that engine. Now this mower in particular has a blade brake clutch. So the blades here aren't spinning until I engage them. This lower RPM is good because it'll serve as a warm-up period for the oil, circulate it, and start the seating process of the internal components. I'm gonna let it run like this for about 5 minutes and think of it as a warm-up lap before you do a long run. And in 30 minutes, we're dumping that oil out to see what's already in it. All right, that's been about 5 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is get the blade spinning and wrap a strap around that handlebar. Now we're really running. Now because this mower has a blade brake clutch on it, I can run the engine high, like it is now, and I can run it low. And if you have a throttle control, you can do the same thing. And that's important because what I'm gonna do now is run it on high for the next 5 minutes. And I'm gonna alternate between high and low, and this is gonna vary the RPMs and help the piston rings seat properly. You can also do this by going out and mowing the lawn. This will help vary the RPMs a little bit. Check out this lawn, by the way. This baby's growing. And now we play the waiting game. Eight minutes left, finishing this baby up. "30 minutes is up. Let's stop that mower. Let's get this mower back in the garage. And help get this video running with the YouTube algorithm, would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you very much. Now this is your most important step. Your first oil change. After the first 30 minutes, or as I like to call it, the dirty 30, you're going to drain the oil out, and this is where it starts to get interesting. This oil can contain metal particles from the break-in process. Looks like we're gonna have to wing it. The formal funnel won't stay put without falling out. I got my little jar here for our oil analysis, and I got a glass container so we can see what's kind of floating around inside. I'm gonna have to act fast here. Let's go, we're gonna pull out that dipstick. It's gonna all come flying out. There we go. We got it. Cool. And full vial. Catch the rest. How about them apples, huh? Spout kind of drips it almost onto the cover itself. I'm just gonna hold it right here. Not exactly a perfect oil change design. Way to go, Briggs. I'm really interested to see what's kind of lingering around. Now that we have this glass jar, we can see right through it. By the way, I just picked up this glass jar at the dollar store. Well, now it's $1.50. Now we're gonna take our oil container here and cap that baby up. It's pretty full. I actually just tipped the mower down a little bit toward me. And check it out, I'm getting a lot more out here. That baby's just running. What an odd way to do an oil change. I don't think you're supposed to put an engine upside down to change the oil. It's not how this is supposed to work. That should pretty much do. Check this out. This is exactly why you don't skip this step. That is some pretty dirty oil after just 30 minutes. Okay, so now all the oil is out. Let's finish this mower up before we take a closer look at this oil. Now these engines tend to hold some oil in my experience. We're just gonna fill it up in small increments. We're gonna see where it's at. This is 8 fluid ounces of 5W30 full synthetic oil going in. Drip. Okay, let's check it and see where she's at. So we're about halfway between our dots here on the dipstick. Going in. Now I just added about 2 more fluid ounces. We're gonna see if we're at the right level. Twist in that dipstick, take it out, and yeah, we're right to that top dot. Perfect. All right, now let's have a look at this oil. This is some gray looking maple syrup. Ugh. Now if I bring the oil right to the end here, do you see those little reflective spots there on the surface of the oil? That right there is metal particulates just kind of floating in the oil. Boy, am I glad we got those out. Look at that. Definitely has some reflective shine. That's lots of little pieces of metal floating around in that oil. I wouldn't want that sitting in my engine. And for just 30 minutes of runtime, that's really dark. Now here's where this gets even more interesting. I'm sending out this oil analysis for further testing. I'm using Blackstone Laboratories, and I want to see what's in it. From what I've seen, they send back a pretty straightforward oil analysis form for the average person, like me, a guy in his garage, to understand. To send this out, you're gonna make sure your name is on the lid. Then it says to take this gray material, wrap the bottle up, and stick it in the bag. And then this is gonna go into our black container. Shove that baby in there, put the lid on it, and tighten it down. Perfect. Then we're just gonna fill out this little sticker here for this container, and it says miles or hours. Well, I'm just gonna put 30 minutes. And then today is 4/30/26, and the oil type is SAE 30. Looks good to me. Oh, this is probably supposed to go on the white bottle. How are you supposed to put this sticker on? It doesn't even stick. They weren't very clear in their instructions with this little guy. All right, well, we're gonna wrap this back up, stick that in, and then this little card is going right here. That's where she's going. Push it on in. Looks good to me. And then cap it right off. Now I'm just gonna fill out this sheet that they give you. Okay, so here's what I filled out for Blackstone Laboratories. The engine is Briggs & Stratton. The model is the 163cc lawnmower engine. The model year is 2026. It's made by Toro, and this is the Recycler Max. I also checked the box here at the bottom that says, please send me more sample containers. Yes, definitely. Then up here it says the unit ID. What do you want to call it? I said the Dirty 30. Sample date, 4/30/26. And then it says miles, hours, kilometers on the oil. I just said 30 minutes. And then miles, hours, kilometers on the engine, 30 minutes. Oil added between changes, 16 fluid ounces. And the oil type is SAE 30. The fuel is gas. Now on this side, let's see, what do we got to fill out? Credit card, use card on file, use card below. I already prepaid for my sample, so I'm gonna check this box. I entered my card info online. Then it says here, was the oil changed when the sample was taken? That's a yes. Are you interested in extended oil use? No. Have you used any oil additives? No. And what I wrote at the bottom, it says comments, questions, extra tests needed. I performed this 30-minute engine break-in on a brand new lawnmower. Please share any data that you can on this for the average homeowner. Thank you. Got my slip, got my oil, and she is ready for the mail. Now we're gonna find out exactly how much metal is in this oil and if an engine break-in really matters. Now here's some other information about this engine oil break-in process and oil testing. Blackstone does a decent job laying out the instructions for you. I'm gonna read it right from the sheet here. They start out by saying, for sampling, do feel free to sample the oil at any temperature, hot or cold, it really doesn't matter. And then do sample in the middle of the drain stream, which we try to do. And they said, though, if you don't, that's okay. It says, do use the comment line to make a note of any extra tests you like, which I'll go back and add that. And then do test your airplane, boat, mower, automatic transmission fluid, or any type of oil. Special slips are online. Then for sending, do fill out the slip. Check. The unit ID is what you'd like to call it, which I gave it the name Dirty 30. And then do ensure that the white lid is on tight and write your name or customer number on the cap. Check. And then it says, do wrap the white bottle in the gray material. Check. And put it in the bag. Check. That goes in the black mailer container and tighten the lid. Check. The mailer and the paperwork go in the return envelope. Check. It also says, do use the free USPS label or send it UPS or FedEx, and keep the tracking number. Last but not least, the results. It says, do include an email to get the results the same day they run the tests, and then do be prepared to be dazzled with facts and data about your engine. I like their enthusiasm here. And then they say, don't drink the oil. It's tempting, but trust us. You'll never get the taste out of your mouth. I wonder who's tried that before.
Oh, seriously? That is so gross.
And then don't send us blood. Keep your vampire waste to yourself. And then don't strap your sample to a pony and slap it on the butt to send it. Ponies are notoriously unreliable, plus the pooping. I like their sense of humor here. Way to go, Blackstone. Please send more tests. Now this engine manual says nothing about changing the oil at the 30-minute mark. It only says to change the oil at the 5-hour mark. Basically, that's like the first 5 to 10 mows. And in my experience, that's a bit long to wait in order to change the oil out and get the crud out. Now this is what I do. This is my brand new engine oil change procedure. I change it at the 30-minute mark, then I change it at the 5-hour mark, and then I change it at the end of the season. And then from there, I change it every year at the end of the season thereafter. And these recycler models need to be up in the stow position to do the oil change properly. Now, the reason you want to drain any oil out like this into a pan is because if you come over here to this side, you have your gas can. And if you tip the mower on its side this way with the oil spout down, gas will leak out of this lid right here all over your engine. It'll make a mess and maybe make it hard to start again. You could go the route of draining all the gas out, or you could just stand up like this and tip the mower back just a little bit. I have heard from some subscribers saying that they changed the oil simply by tipping it on its side and they had issues starting it back up. Now, many subscribers ask me, for your lawnmower, what oil are you working with? Well, first you want to check your manual to see what temperature range your environment is mostly in. And for me, it's the most generic one. It's going to be the 5W30 full synthetic oil to use. And I'm going with the Walmart special Super Tech. That's junk oil. Actually, it tested better than or equal to top brands here on YouTube. So call me cheap, say what you want. This oil works just fine for me. And even though the engine says no oil change is needed, just top it off, don't buy that. Briggs & Stratton basically makes this claim to make their mowers seem like they need less maintenance. Don't listen to that, change your oil. Ask any small engine mechanic, they'll tell you the same thing. Changing your oil is cheap insurance, and you can see that it's not hard to do. Now, using engine break-in oils. You can do that, but buyer beware, some of those break-in oils can get pretty expensive. They have a little bit more zinc and phosphorus to help with the break-in process, but I do like to keep things realistic here and use what they give you right out of the box. And this oil, check it out, has a zinc additive. Cool. So this oil works just fine for the break-in process. And someone out there is gonna say it, I never changed my oil. Well, you do you. But I will say this, I have seen homeowners have their engines seize because they didn't change their oil. And not a single one of them was happy during that moment when they had to go buy another lawnmower. 1 quart of oil will get you at least a couple of oil changes. Remember, oil is cheap, engines are expensive, change your oil. And for a look at how poorly these engines can run when they're not properly cared for, be sure to check that video out down below in the description. If you want to be part of the tribe, subscribe. And for more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.